Hey gang, we're back with Monster Hunters. It's been a while. How's everybody doing?
We're alive.
Hey.
Speak for yourself, man.
Yeah, last week.
Mostly alive? Undead? Are we going undead today?
I hope we're not undead. But
yeah.
last week we only had 3 players, so we did a side quest with an entirely off-the-cuff party, which was quite fun, to be honest. And this week we are back with our wonderful Monster Hunters. Say hi, Monster Hunters.
Hi, Monster Hunters.
Hi, Monster Hunters.
So yeah.
I can't think of a good thing that rhymes with hi for this. Like, the only thing that comes to mind is die, and that feels like a jinx, so...
My brain just handed me rawr.
None of that.
But...
Rawr.
Right.
So last we left off, we had been chasing down the horse thieves, who also have the chest of mimics. And I don't quite remember the details, because I know we had a good night's sleep. We had some, like, hanging out, swapping a little bit of backstory. And then I think we had woken up the next morning and were getting ready to track down the horses the rest of the way. Somebody mentioned that the tracks had gone 2 separate ways, as I recall. Or was that just earlier in the episode?
I think that was earlier when we split off to go into the forest.
Okay. Well, I do remember that you guys had chosen to take a night's rest, so you could chase after them the next day. But it seems that they have, started dropping horses rather than carrying them with them. So you guys are now all happily situated on horses. You can all ride on horseback.
And I believe we recovered the wizard horse.
Yes. You guys had recovered Ronan's horse and Mariska's horse. And I believe another one, but I don't remember which one.
Is it Buttermilk's pony?
I don't remember. It might have just been those 2. Those are the ones I remember off the top of my head. But you are all, situated on a horse you can all ride at this point.
It definitely was not Archie's horse.
No, Archie's horse is definitely
it was not
missing.
Archie's horse.
So what do you guys want to do? You're waking up. I'm gonna say we're waking up the next morning. Getting ready to hopefully catch up with the horse thieves.
I think Pockets checks messages from the developers as soon as they wake up. It's probably nada. And just gets ready.
This is officially, I believe, day 6 of not being able to log out, by the way.
Ooh.
Is food being made right now, or?
Yeah, Buttermilk's gonna, get up and make something, reasonably quick that people can, eat relatively quickly. Something like a oatmeal. Just as super quick and we can munch down on really quickly. That way we can break camp and get back on to...
Ruby would be sleeping in, but once she smells food, she is up and at 'em, out of bed. And even though she's a crow, she's over your shoulder like a hawk waiting for the food.
Mariska is definitely keeping an eye on you, making sure you don't put any mimic into the oatmeal.
I'm not putting mimic juice in the oatmeal.
Mariska's gonna make sure it's not going in that mouth.
Mimic flakes, however.
There's no mimic goo
Sprinkle on top.
in the oatmeal.
Oh, that's an idea. Like mimic leather. Instead of fruit leather, it's mimic leather.
No.
I could turn
Or,
into like
well-
crushed red pepper.
Ooh,
It'd be spicy mimic goo flakes. We'll work on the name. We'll workshop it.
we'll workshop it.
Amazing.
Okay, so you guys eat a nice hearty bowl of oatmeal, and you can now set off to try and catch up with the thieves. And you've got your trusty ranger tracking the tracks.
She is tracking the tracks, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Is Ruby flying the fly? Flying the.
I think Ruby's just waddling along. It's kind of like in
Probably
her own
take a break.
head. Seems very unfazed by not being able to log out. Didn't even check.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ronan didn't either. He's here. This is the moment. We're doing it. Let's go.
Do you think Buttermilk would have checked, or do you think it's just, too heavy?
No, I don't think she would have checked. I think she's more concerned right now on like finishing the quest more than anything.
Okay.
She's more trusting in like, oh, they sent me a notification that I can't if they sent me one that I can't log out, eventually they'll send me one when I can.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So a little bit of trust.
Very
there.
trusting in the
Since learned
technology.
about it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you guys start making your way, following the tracks. I'm gonna say Buttermilk is leading one of the horses. Up to you which one you take.
I think Buttermilk's on on the Mariska's horse with her. I think that was how we left it.
Okay. Buttermilk's
was
on the
riding.
horse with Mariska. Mariska is keeping the horse from biting
Yeah.
Buttermilk because temperamental at the best of times, poor thing.
Yes.
You guys start to
And
move
Pockets
towards
was
it,
behind Ronan.
and you also start to see in the distance the smoke of a campfire.
Oh, score. Maybe they haven't left yet.
Maybe they've stopped. And we've just caught up.
Maybe they got eaten by the mimics.
Or that.
I haven't seen the mimics eat meat, though.
The players might not be meat. Maybe they're plant people.
Are mimics carnivores or are they herbivores?
They're objectivores. Or peacivores, maybe. Because they...
Omnivores.
Do they only eat... Is it like Pac-Man? Do they just nom 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 on anything? Can they just be anything? Does it have to be inanimate?
I think it
does
does.
it have to be a living, or can it be a living thing?
I don't think it can be a living thing.
I think in in
mean,
traditional
They ate everything.
Yeah, in traditional like D&D things, they mimic objects, but they also consume living creatures. So, perhaps it is one of those things.
I mean, if they did get big enough, I'm sure they'll chomp down on a person. So, do we want to see what's going on with the smoke?
I feel like they had started to eat the guy in the tavern's stuff, but not the guy in the tavern.
So we could be walking up on some naked people. Is what you're implying?
Could be possible, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Let's go check the game's filters.
You know, I'm kind of curious about the filter system, too.
Well, all right.
I mean, I know there's not a profanity filter. Unless I've been
Ronan gets this weird look on his face like, oh no, they know what I've been saying the whole time. And he kind of like changes his expression real quick when he realizes his face is speaking out loud, but there's no way he did it fast enough to keep anybody else from noticing.
Oh my god.
Mariska
It's
did
wonderful.
not notice. Mariska's too busy
I mean, I'm
following
sure
the tracks on the road.
So yeah, Ronan sets out with Mariska. And everybody else.
Yeah.
Eat.
Remote's
Okay,
there.
so you guys just head
Exactly.
straight towards the following the tracks, but do you head towards the campfire as well?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Slowly but surely, you make progress, and as you start to come upon the campfire and the end of the tracks, you see your horses tied up to a tree. But you can't quite see the campfire from where you're currently located, but you can see the horses.
Hidalgo, you little bastard, I missed you.
Are we just here to get the horses back, or are we here to get the mimic stuff back, or are we here to punish the horse thieves? Like, what's our agenda?
Yes.
Well-
Ronan looks supremely confused because you just answered a multiple choice question with a yes. He's like, it's that white lady doing math meme, like the.
I think the ethical thing to do is to, confiscate the mimics and try to terminate before it reaches Sterling City. And I want my horse back.
Priority 1, kill the mimics. Priority 2, retrieve the horses. Priority 3, embarrass the horse thieves.
If I
Priority
come back
4.
without Reginald, Archie will eat me. Like, fully just unhinge his jaw and swallow me whole.
Then
So I'm going
priority
to
1 and
those
2
two priorities.
are priority A. So they both have to be done. So priority A, section 1, kill the mimics.
Ronan just
Priority
walks
A,
off towards.
section 2.
He just leaves.
Ronan,
He glazes
Ronan, wait.
over. There are too many
Ronan.
words, and he just.
Ronan!
Okay, Ronan, what are you doing?
Well,
Ronan's gonna go investigate the campfire smoke situation.
Okay, do you try to sneak up on it, or
he
are
does
you just
have
walking
his-
straight in?
No, we're just gonna walk straight in. We got the sword out though, and the shield up.
Okay.
That's
Do
fine.
any of you follow suit, or do you just let Ronan go in first?
oh no, Pockets is with him.
Okay.
Buttermilk lets out a muttered string of curses and then gets off the horse and starts following them.
I think Ruby will take up the rear because she's squishy.
Yeah, I think Mariska will be with Ruby as well in the back. As you approach the campfire, you see a very large chest that has been very tightly chained shut. And two individuals who you've never seen before in your life. One is a rather large, hulking orc character, who's wearing, standard fantasy basic clothing. Nothing incredibly fancy, doesn't look particularly loaded or anything like that. And the other person is a super decked out, super lavish, kind of tree person, which ironically Ronan kind of called there. She very much looks like she is part tree.
Somebody got the special DLC.
Ooh.
And they look at you, rather startled, and say, hey there. That's a sword you got right there, buddy.
Yeah, it
Oh.
matches the shield. Isn't that cool? Like, it's like, I didn't think the game would be this detailed, but I really appreciate how they got the trim, like, the same on everything. I didn't even design them. This was just my starting equipment. Isn't that neat?
The people at this campfire just slow blink as they, like, slowly move to grab their weapons.
Hey, so did you guys get eaten by mimics yet?
They kind of share a glance between each other and go, what mimics?
Suspicious.
Those mimics? Right? Ronan's gonna point, very intentionally point with the sword. In the box that you have chained shut, that wasn't chained shut in the cave where
What?
it was originally found?
No, the lock's just broken.
That box,
It's
those
not,
mimics.
There's no mimics in there.
Anymore.
While this is happening,
Ronan
Buttermilk pulls her bow and arrow.
Ronan absolutely does the puppy dog, like, you've done a thing, but he can't quite place it, like the head tilt, and it's just like, I'm bad at subterfuge. Can you explain to me what your plan is? Like, what are you trying to counterfeit these? Like, what's the plan? That doesn't make sense. 'Cause, like, I'm onto you, but you're trying to pretend like I'm not, and you guys are probably going to try to kill me, and I understand that, and we can do that later. I feel like there's just something, like, weird here, and I just kind of want to try to get my head around it.
Also, you took our horses.
Yeah, they're holding our horses.
They
I wasn't
they
at
share
that
another
point yet,
glance
guys.
between
I was-
themselves, and go, look, we don't want any trouble. We're just trying to get back to Starlight City. You want your horses, you can take them and you can go.
I mean, we could help you. Like, we don't want to leave you out here in the middle of the desert with, like, no horses.
I mean, it's just a box.
But-
We can walk with it. And the guy looks at her and goes, I don't want to carry
Oh,
that thing.
I'm sorry.
Crazy?"
Okay, let's backtrack. That box is not leaving this space. That's a hard no. That's a limit. I'm gonna have to just put a boundary on that. Now, we would really be happy to help you get to a place that is not you guys taking your first death of exposure in the desert, especially because we can't log out. So who knows what the respawn system's like? So do you want to
Quick
like
timeout.
fight it out so you guys can keep the box?
Quick
or
time out. Quick time out. They're not in a desert. This is like Appalachian Mountains forest.
oh, okay. Well, die of exposure and or tree monsters and or ancient old horrors that come out of the woods at night, because this kind of looks like Appalachia, and I've heard that happens there. So is it like, do you want to fight it out and take your chances with that, or do you want to give up the box and like come with us?
Give me a roll really quick.
Do you want any kind of mustard on that?
Just give me a roll.
I didn't
How's a 19?
Real good. You have intimidated both of the people at this campfire.
Which is really funny because Ronan is absolutely legitimately just having a conversation.
I know, but they're starting to calculate that all of you outnumber those two, and even though they are both like somewhat well equipped, they're going, that's twice the number of people, and the horses are in between. The other horses they're on the other side of the horses, and we can't lift this box very well. Like, they're starting to do the calculations. If you would like the answer to a particular couple of questions, I will let you ask them. I'm sorry, I realized you just stuck
About
food in your mouth.
Pockets.
What?
will-
What are you what are you trying to do with that, with the contents of that box?
You see the more tree-like person, kind of giggle a little bit and goes, well, we were going to bring it back to Starlight City and set it loose.
Oh no. So you do know it's a mimic.
I mean,
Okay, but like that's not counterfeiting. So you're just in it for the chaos, not the personal gain?
yeah, like, wouldn't it be really fun to set this up in the middle of the marketplace and just watch everybody go fucking crazy?
You hit your friend for that?
I'm sorry, say again?
Oh, Ruby holding up her staff, which is the pretendless makeup brush as a staff, says, "You hit your friend just to play a dangerous prank on the town? Because they knocked out their previous team member, right?"
They did, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
And they go, I mean, he wanted to come along, but, like, he really wasn't my friend.
Ruby's jaw hits the floor in the sheer audacity.
Not with that attitude. I mean, honestly, that's not how you make. You know what? I'm bad at making friends. Here. Hi, my name is Ronan. You already met my horse, Prince. These are my compatriots. We all just randomly met up, and then decided that it was fun to hang out with each other. And then just kept hanging out, because that's how people make friends, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Do you guys know how to make friends?
I believe that's how you described it.
Is that
yes.
is that okay? I don't know. I'm bad at it.
That's the usual recipe. You did good, Ronan. Good job.
Cool. Awesome. Cool. But yeah, hi. It's interesting to meet you guys.
That sounds super glowing. And you're noticing that only really the tree person is talking. The other people are not particularly. The other person, excuse me. The orc is kind of sitting quiet mostly.
Well, I mean, I don't want to lie, because that's true. Because I'm a little grumpy that we had to come out here and, like, kill that guy and let it loose in a space full of guys that could then also be killed, because that feels like bad math to me. But, you know, I didn't want to mark our acquaintance with nothing. Like, that also feels rude, so I picked a word. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you.
That's okay. I'm Eileen. And this is Torvald.
Cool.
Torvald does a little wave.
Right on. I didn't want to introduce my friend. Do you guys want them knowing names? Like, Ronan looks around at everybody around and, like, do you want to do your own introduce or not introduce or whatever? You guys can pick. I don't want to force you guys.
Hayes, we can't hear you.
Looks pissed.
Say what? Buttermilk, what did you say?
Oh, Buttermilk looks pissed. Like, the angriest you've ever seen her, ever. Just madder than a... Woo, she's mad. She's pissed. She's angry. She wants to murder.
Yeah, Ruby's feathers kind of... Her feathers are ruffled, and she's trying to, like... You could tell with her breathing, she's trying to calm down, and she's kind of, like... It kind of feels like someone's going, like, with a lighter, just waiting for it to spark, but she's trying to, like, not explode.
By the way, you
Name's
noticed that both
Pockets.
of these people have player notebooks.
Of course.
Are they normal player notebooks, or
Normal
do
player
they look
notebooks, yep.
special in any way, or should I roll
Nope, they're normal notebooks.
regular player? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so the name's Pockets. Hello. I understand the need for chaos, but I would like to argue that releasing mimics into a giant city versus the little town that you guys just left, I think that's a very nice or good thing to do.
I mean, to be fair, in the town, we didn't actually know that they were mimics. We just saw a giant treasure chest and took it and, closed the cave. When we got back to the inn, we figured it out pretty quick.
And, legit mistake. Happens to the best of us. I mean, we learned the hard way in the cave, for sure. But the village we left was it looked ransacked because all the people had like a massive bonfire to kill all the mimics with and things, and the town's ruined. Kind of, I think.
I mean, it's just a game, right? Like, they're not real. They'll probably respawn as soon as all of the players leave.
Yeah, but it's an indefinite stuck situation, and what if something retaliates? What if karma happens in this game? It's generated with AI and stuff, right? You're inviting bad luck.
It's okay, Pockets. You can swear. There's no filter.
I had the same thought.
You're good. Just let it fly. Just go for it.
Wait for their. Are they going to respond to Pockets?
I don't think so. I think they're waiting on the rest of you to introduce yourselves.
Pockets, you trying to talk sense into some folks that ain't got the good sense God gave a rock.
I mean, yeah, good point.
I think Ruby's gonna be really upsetty spaghetti about how nonchalant and kind of disrespectful they were to their teammate and to the chaos that's happening, and I think she's gonna just fire a magic missile.
Whoa!
Who are you firing a magic missile at?
Tree Lady.
Eileen. Okay, cool.
Can
I mean, if she takes too much damage from this magic missile, her name's not gonna be Eileen. It's gonna be Timber. No more leaning.
So I forget. Hang on, let me see what magic missile does. I gotta pull it up. I know there's a couple of them that will hit.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I think it's actually called Magic Strike, and I have one that costs 0 and then one costs 2, which can increase damage to 4 and hit automatically. So can I use the higher powered one?
Okay, you do need to. You don't need to roll the die if you overload the spell, so you automatically do 4 damage to this player. If you do that, but that's 2 AP.
We're just gonna remain still. Okay, I'll use 2 AP for that.
Okay, you launch the missile at this woman and absolutely smack into her with your strike. bowling her over.
Ruby's gonna say, "Oops, I had a team member. Oh, JK, I guess we're not friends." She's mad.
Eileen looks pretty upset as well, although, fairly well damaged because you just hit her in the face with the magic strike. What do the rest of you want to do?
Ouch.
Pockets is going to brace for a fight. Because this feels like a roll initiative moment.
It might be.
Buttermilk's gonna ready her bow and arrow, but she's aiming at the treasure chest
Okay.
with the intent of destroying that, knowing that that's where the mimics are, to try to get rid of them as quickly as possible.
Okay. What are you gonna do?
Ronan just puts his shield up and lowers his sword. All of his body language is screaming that he does not want to fight these people. He doesn't necessarily want to hang out with them, but he is a little upset that this is the way things went. Because he feels
Ruby blew
weird
her
about
lid.
murdering players.
I think Torvald kind of feels the same as Ronan does. You don't really see Torvald's posture change all that much. Like, he has his weapon in his hand, but he looks kind of uncomfortable about this whole situation. And I think Mariska is gonna say, you don't have to fight us. We just want to make sure the mimics don't get back to the city. We can still fight her. We can, you can go. You're saying this specifically to Torvald. What do you want to do? Eileen's starting to get up, by the way.
How secure is the treasure box?
They've chained it up pretty good. There's like a multi-chains into a lock sort of situation.
So, if I used size up, would I be able to estimate how heavy that thing is?
Let me look up size up here. Hang on 1 second. Yeah. You evaluate the capabilities of a nearby creature or group of creatures. The guide will give you useful insight into their capabilities, strengths, vulnerabilities, and or weaknesses or resistances. At a minimum, you will receive an accurate assessment from the guide about whether they would pose a fair fight. So you're wanting to look at the treasure chest specifically?
Yeah. I'm wondering if I could suplex it into the campfire. They're smoldering.
Burn the whole thing at once.
Because it is currently
You
chained
and I are
up,
on the
you
same
could. You do get a sense based on how uncomfortable they were about, or how uncomfortable Torvald, who is a fairly big dude, was about the prospect of carrying it himself without the horses, that it is a fairly heavy object. But he was able to apparently lift it on his own. It's just heavy. So, heavy piece of furniture, roughly speaking.
Okay. So I know Pockets made a promise not to let the intrusive thoughts win, but I think they want the intrusive thoughts to win. If I roll, could I try to fling it?
Yes, you would, but you would also be moving in the direction of these other people, who may try to stop you.
Okay.
Is that a yes, I would like to?
I would like to.
Yes.
Okay.
Got a 3. So I don't think I was that successful.
Hang on a second. Which die do I want to use? Do that one and okay. So
My test roll was so good, though.
both of them, Torvald and Eileen, do step between you and the chest so that you can't access it. But Eileen is faster, and actually, would you give me another roll really quick?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
No.
13.
Okay, you notice that Torvald is limping.
Oh, buddy. But wait, there was a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Okay.
Interesting.
Who would you like to go next in our popcorn initiative? Or would anybody in particular like to jump in?
I can go.
Okay.
Tag.
Ruby's going to step forward, and you can tell she's still kind of like wrestling with losing her temper and trying to remain calm. And she's just going to hold her staff out a little, not too close, because wizards shouldn't be too close. But she goes,
You have
"I'm
some distance.
Ruby,
The only
by the
person
way."
that's close to
thank
them
you.
so far is Pockets, because Pockets tried to get to the chest. So you guys all have some distance.
Okay. Ruby's going to hold her wand and step forward, be like, "I'm Ruby, by the way, and I don't like you."
Feelings mutual.
And like her feathers are still very ruffled.
Yeah, Eileen has like kind of like vines for hair, and her vines are like kind of like spinning out like Medusa heads a little bit. She's mad, and her
Ooh.
hair is wiggling.
You know, that's kind of cool.
Not right now, Pockets. Not right now.
I'm sorry! It's the aesthetic!
You're a mean girl, Eileen. And I don't like mean girls, because they pretend to be your friends instead of just telling you what front that they don't like you. And you hurt your teammate. And that doesn't sit right with me. That's not very girly pop of you.
Oh no, it's not very girly pop of me. Torvald kind of turns to her and goes, "Come on, Eileen."
Can Ruby fire another shot?
Yes, absolutely. I assume
Wait,
Eileen...
wait!
Me next. Me next. I want to go next.
Okay. Ruby, are you overloading the shot, or are you gonna roll this time?
I'm going to overload it again, because this hits close to home to her.
Okay.
So I want her to jack her.
You absolutely
Tu
do.
rale,
For
du
another
rale.
4 points of damage, you knock this player on her ass. You know, based on what you know of other players, that she
Ooh.
only has 10 hit points. So she is badly injured at this point.
Oh, great. Oh, shoot. I forgot everyone has 10.
She's
Sorry.
down to 2. You haven't killed her, but she's definitely hurting.
Oh, dear.
There's some sap coming out of
Net.
some injury spots.
Ooh.
And you see her kind of like sitting on the ground, wanting to get back up, but hasn't gotten back up yet. Buttermilk, what do you want to do?
The other gentleman, what was his name again?
Torvald.
Torvald. Is he holding a weapon?
He has an axe in his hand. But he has not used it.
Cool. I'm gonna use Deadeye, and I'm going to stack it with my 3 AP points.
Okay.
To hit him in the arm that's holding the axe.
Okay. Automatically
When it
scoring.
hits, it disables that targeted limb.
Okay. Does it take?
So
do you do
yeah,
any
I take him and
damage, or does
focus
it
and
just-
automatically scoring a triumph with a ranged weapon on a nearby creature or object that you target. The hit disables the targeted limb. Is all it says.
Okay. I guess you don't do any damage with that, which is surprising. That seems like something you would do. But his arm falls limp and the axe falls out of his hand.
Cool. Who wants to go next?
Options are
She doesn't
Ronan
say
and Mariska.
anything. That's all she does. Mariska can go next.
Oh, unless Ronan, did you have anything in particular you wanted to do?
Unless Ronan wants to go.
Ronan is wrestling with things. There's morals happening here.
I think Mariska
So
is
I
gonna
am
do
okay with Mariska going
much
first.
what Mariska did in the cave, which is throw up a barrier around all of you to prevent any physical damage from coming your way.
Cool.
I'm trying to remember if Pockets has a potion or not.
Has Torvald gone yet?
Torvald does not. Technically, neither has Eileen.
The bully
Yeah,
got
look,
bullied.
if I'm gonna throw it to an NPC, it's probably not gonna be her.
That's
I think Ronan's gonna look at Torvald and be like, "Hey, this is he's just gonna be like at everybody really. He's gonna be like, this is not optimal. We could all be helping each other, cause like the game is weird right now and stuff. And I don't know, man. I don't know. He's just gonna hold his sword with his shield, or his shield with his sword down, and just kind of give Torvald this look of, we don't gotta do this, man.
give me a roll really quick.
And that's it. Uh, 13?
You see this absolutely already defeated look in Torvald's eyes. He does not make any move after your turn ends to pick up his weapon and kind of looks over to Eileen. And I'm gonna see if Eileen is quitting or not. Eileen rolled a tough choice, which honestly, legit. She's deciding whether or not to give up the chest that she has so desperately wanted to get back to Starlight City. Very much the brain of this operation. Or, you know, try and take back the horses, take back the situation. Does anybody need to do anything before? Like, to try to sway her one way or another?
I could.
Okay.
I don't believe. I don't think Pockets has used any potions yet, right?
I don't think so. You guys really haven't taken a ton of damage in this campaign. Except for, you know, with the dragon and the
right,
last...
because... And Pockets depended on food and rest to heal up. So, yeah, I think I still have a potion in. They're going to reach into one of their mini pockets. That's the name. And holds up one of the potion bottles. I can give you this if we can just walk away from this.
Well, it's gonna. That's why you have to let it cool.
And I keep the treasure chest?
Have you tried it?
See, again...
No? Why?
you messing with the game NPCs, the structural integrity of a big map, that could cause another glitch, man. I don't want... It doesn't feel smart. Okay? I am offering you an out. Things got a little bit heated. Okay? The situation got a little out of hand. We can be diplomatic about this. We take the horses. We neutralize the Nimics. And then we can take you back to Sterling. How's that?
To where? Sorry.
We can help you get back to the city, just not with the mimics.
I mean, but the mimics are the whole point. Like, what are you guys just gonna be goody two-shoes this whole game?
Are you going to be a bully this whole game? Because so far, that's not working out for you, lady.
She is going to try and attack you. Please give me a roll really quick.
I guess Pockets lost their temper too. And I lost my D20. No!
Come back, D20!
Gosh darn it. That doesn't count. There we go. I've been betrayed. 6.
Oh, buddy. She hits you for 2 points of damage.
Wait,
Go ahead.
could I possibly... I'm so sorry.
Wait a
Could I
minute.
possibly
No,
use
she
my
doesn't.
spell Reflect?
She tries... Wait,
into the
hold on. She tries to hit you for 2 points of damage with her bow and arrow. But Mariska put up a barrier, and it pings harmlessly off. So it doesn't matter. I'm sorry. I forgot I had done that. It does, however, do 2 points of damage to the barrier.
Yeah,
It's okay, Glide. I mean, that's fine.
You're muted, Mel.
So we were trying to keep this in game and like have this conflict within the scope of the game, but now you're harshing our playstyle, which is just bad. You're just being bad now. I was trying to give you space to be evil, and you went, no, I don't want to be an evil character, I want to be a bad person. And that's a real interesting life choice, and that doesn't sit real well with me. And he's going to look right at Torvald and be like, you don't have to hang out with her anymore. We have a really good chef. You can hang out with my horse. He's really cool. And we'll introduce you to the boss of the Monsters Hunters Guild.
You see Torvald look over...
Ruby's gonna...
You see Torvald look over at Eileen. No roll necessary. Is that a 20? Oh no. Well, you got a natural 20
That's a 20!
Anyway. You see Torvald look over at Eileen, who
Power friendship,
has
baby!
barely gotten up off of, her ass from being hit twice by Ruby. And he looks back at you, and looks back at Eileen, picks up his axe, and just kind of, like, smacks her in the forehead with the butt of his axe a little bit, knocks her out cold.
Amazing.
You just earned yourself a potion, buddy.
You don't die when you hit, when you run out of HP. You just go unconscious. It's when you get attacked after you're unconscious that you actually die in this game. Which Torvald has already figured out, because they've already done it a couple of times. And then Torvald will turn back to Ronan and just say, Do you know a doctor?
Not personally, but we can totally find one. I know Pockets has got some potions. What's wrong, my man? I took a first aid class when I was doing landscaping. I might be able to help.
Well, I thought, I'd heal after the long rest. You go to sleep, you wake up, you feel better. But he lifts his pant leg, and he has very clear, very, in a straight line, but with a corner to it, teeth marks in his leg.
Like the world's shiniest bed bugs.
And they are.
Ooh,
It's
but-
not a small
Dude, that-
one. I'm sorry, say again?
What? Did a mimic do that?
Torvald is still holding the axe and just kind of like points the axe at the box. And you realize that the entire box had to have bit his leg.
Oh, no.
That is the
Uh-uh.
mimic. Oh,
No
okay.
way. Nope. Ronan's gonna try to get
We're throwing
behind.
the box into fire, right?
Yeah, Ronan's gonna try to get behind the box and like push it into the fire.
Pockets
Hopefully
is
where
going
it
to help.
can't bite him.
Torvald's gonna let
nah.
you. Torvald only has one arm and couldn't stop you right now, even if you wanted to at this point. So he just kind of lets you do it, lets you barbecue this mimic, who immediately starts screaming, by the way.
Oh boy.
You're cooking a creature alive. It is not a pleasant sound.
I mean, its face is chained shut, so it's muffled screaming, right?
Yeah,
So it's not that terrible.
yeah, until it
So
starts, heating up on the inside as well, and then you hear all of the baby mimics start screaming too.
Okay.
But you're just gonna see Buttermilk throwing logs on the fire.
That is.
She's just making the fire bigger. Totally unfazed by the screaming. She's just like, it's gotta burn. Putting more wood on the fire.
Torbit gets the potion, by the way.
Torvald, yes. And he says, "Oh, thank you." And he drinks
Tor-
it. But
Torvald, I'm
Torvald,
sorry.
Yes. He drinks it, but it only really fixes the arm thing that Buttermilk had done. It doesn't fix the leg. The leg is still an open wound.
How? And Pockets like crouches down, watching it, like daring it to heal,
Mm-mm.
and then is very perplexed.
Okay. I don't know if there's anything we can do out here to help. Do you want to ride Reggie? And we'll head back to the town. What are we going to do with her?
I can hog tie her to Heldago.
I mean, we could just leave her here.
Ruby's still glaring at Eileen, but her wand is not. Her wand is lowered, so she's not like in attack mode.
Or, we kill her, she respawns probably back in town. She'd beat us to Ederly that
Mhm.
way.
Well, all the more reason for her to be pissed off at us, but, I think she already made up her mind. I don't know.
I don't.
Since-
Mariska's gonna hold up a finger and go, I don't think that we should, kill her. I think if we kill her, she gets back to Ederly first. She could mess with Archie and Zima, if Zima has caught up. I think we should either leave her here, or bring her with us.
If we bring her with us, I'm hog tying her little butt to a lean-to, and we'll drag her. Because I don't trust her longer than I can throw her, and I can't throw her very far.
Hell yeah, she's a cracker. I agree with that. I feel like there's more than meets the eye here, and I think we need to keep an eye on her.
Agreed.
Torvald, what do you think? Ronan asks, because like, were you guys together for a while? Are you guys friends? Like, is this gonna be bad for you in the real world if we don't get her back to a city?
No, I mean, I just met her, you know, when we started. None of us had parties, so we just kind of joined up together. But, you know, Ferris was... He kept saying he didn't know how to play a game like this, and it got really annoying, to be honest, which is why I kind of went along with what Eileen was doing. Like, we were just knocking him out. It wasn't that big of a deal. But, I don't know. She's kind of a lot.
Maybe we can ditch her in a jail, assuming it hasn't burned.
I mean, I know there's one back in Starlight City.
Well, I mean, that's...
I don't think Ederly has one.
Mm.
And that's us bringing her with us the whole way.
Did she hurt you too?
Eileen?
So, like, if we leave her here, she could, you know...
Mal-
So, like, if we leave her here, there's a chance of her becoming our nemesis.
Hmm.
I mean, you
I
did
don't-
just hit her
because
in
that's
the,
how
in the
these things
face
always
with
go
a
in the
magic
anime.
strike a couple of times. I think she might be pretty mad when she wakes up. Either way, just saying.
That's fair.
You could throw her back in the cave.
Well,
Yeah.
No one would
Well-
ever know, right? I mean, eventually she'd respawn, but
I mean, we're isekai'd anyway. Might as well have a villain origin story.
what do you guys want to do? If you want to talk above board about what you want to do, that's
get-
totally fine.
Ruby's
I gotta-
gonna ask. Sorry.
We could flip for it if we want to do that.
What time of day is it right now?
It's pretty early in the morning, like 9 a.m., 8 a.m., something like that. If you guys just woke up and started traveling towards them, so it would be dawn plus, you know, however much longer you needed to catch up.
Not quite
Uh,
afternoon.
No, it's definitely not afternoon.
The Ronin answer and the Mal answer... Well, the Mal answer is very different than what I think the Ronin answer would be, so therefore I don't... So he's down to help with whatever. Mal says we should absolutely murder her.
Ruby's still got
second.
a few feathers. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. I was just saying, the second option is to frog march her back to town and make her clean up everything she broke. But
I like that one.
that's so much emotional labor, and I don't know if I have the spoons to roleplay that.
That's fair.
But Buttermilk is okay with hog tying her and taking her wherever we need to take her.
Or tie her ass to a tree and let her be.
Let her attune to nature.
And she should definitely branch out.
Yeah, but if
And
she's
leave
tied
us
up, then
alone.
how's she gonna get that stick out of her ass?
Ah!
Ah!
I
mean,
apologize. Also, this game has no filter.
I mean, what if
She would have the
what
opportunity
if
to
we
blossom.
we
at
dig a
least.
hole and we stick her feet in it? Maybe she grows into an actual tree.
That'd be funny.
Mariska's mostly joking. Like, context clues are there that it's mostly a joke.
Yeah, but we could though.
Listen, we either take her back to Ederly and let her repent for her sins, which, as I have previously stated, the sweetheart ain't got good God sense God gave her rock. So, I don't think that's going to happen. Or we can just tie her to that tree over there and see what happens.
You know, she did smack a teammate and ditched, so I think
Wait a
just
second.
dessert.
Ronan's gonna look at Torvald and wait for him to talk. Just because, like, it's his turn now. Because Ronan kind of invited him to join the group, so this is the...
Torvald sees you looking at him, and he looks
Well,
back
yeah,
and
your
kinda,
first big
like,
group
looks
decision,
away.
buddy.
Great cook. And
Torvald kind of, like, just looks away, like, oh god, he saw me staring. What do I do? You can tell that Torvald is not really a center of attention type of dude. He was very happy to let Eileen talk, but he is not... He's not really a leader type character. Or player, I should say. He's very much a, I'm here to help whatever's happening, but, I don't know. He feels uncomfortable being in a spotlight, I should say.
Okay, so... drag her with us back to town and put her in jail. Leave her here in various forms of restraint and or complicated, or kill her.
I don't think we should kill her, but I do think it might be a smart idea to take her somewhere where she can be locked up. Because a player like this is dangerous to other players right now.
I mean, do you think we could find, like, a moderator?
That would be great.
That would be a good idea.
I would imagine that would be in the city, right? Because that seems to be like a big hub. Logically.
Maybe there's, like, something at the guild that'll help?
Maybe.
if anything, we may be able to get answers if we take her to the guild.
True.
That sounds like a smart idea.
You guys are probably about halfway between Adderley and the guild, so you could either go back to Adderley and pick up Archie and Zima there, or you can go back to the guild and pick up Archie and Zima later.
Well, if we're halfway there, we may as well finish the trip. Right? And if we're in the city, we can try to find a clinic that has a doctor and they could look at Torvald's leg.
Is there any way to get a message to Archie and Zima that we're heading back to Starlight City?
You're
Oh,
gonna,
wait.
you
Our
see,
journals have a messaging system, don't they?
They do, but not to between players, only towards moderators.
Dang it.
But you see Mariska kind of clear his throat and say, "So before we left, Ederly, I did put in a portal. So if we wanted to go back to the guild,
You smart man.
I didn't want to leave Archie abandoned. So I thought maybe we could link up later. I make the portal, we bring Archie back through. Obviously the horses won't fit. But I thought maybe it would be relevant now. We go back to the guilds, we collect Archie and Zima later through a portal?
Yeah, I think that's a good plan.
Yeah.
And maybe we can see about finding... How do we even... I guess we would message them through the notebook for moderators, right?
Or the devs, at least.
Yeah,
Okay, so I guess we go back
we could
to...
try sending a message to the moderator. We go to the guild.
Yeah. I think that's our best bet right now.
Okay, we go back to
Oh,
the
but
guild.
if...
Yeah.
Yeah, and we could have the horses, rest, recoup in the stables, and Archie doesn't have to worry about it for a minute.
As nice as, sharing lifelong memories under the stars was last night, I think, maybe we don't do that 2 nights in a row.
Good point.
Alright, so back to the guild?
Onward to Sterling City.
Starlight.
To the guild.
Starlight City. You keep saying
Starlight.
Sterling.
I'm sorry, I have
Not the
I have
flash.
silver on the brain. I'm
Silver.
sorry.
It's all good. And I think as you guys start heading back towards the guild, we're gonna take our bathroom break. So we'll be back in like 10 to 15 minutes, gang.
Hey.
Alright.
See you soon.
Let's do this.
We are back.
Hi, everybody.
Yes, goodness. All right.
So we're on our way. Wait. We're on our way to Starlight City. I was trying to work that into a Viridian City parody, but that just did not happen.
Well, we are
At
back
all.
on our way back to the guild, which is outside of Starlight City, technically speaking, but it's still considered part of Starlight City because it's on the train route.
To the guild.
Yeah. You guys rock up with your many horses. You now have the whole set, and can return them back to the stable master. You have Eileen presumably tied up in some way with you.
Oh yeah. It's
Butter-
kind of like a
Buttermilk made one of those like lean to what do they call them? To attach to the back of her horse. To just like strap her down onto. Like a gurney almost. And just strapped her to it, and that's what's pulling behind her pony. She's been hog-tied to some sticks and stuff, and well, remember what it's called.
Okay. You successfully make it back with her, and Torvald very cautiously rides Reginald all the way back. Reginald likes him well enough, but not as much as he likes Archie.
nobody can beat Archie. Nobody. They are star-crossed.
I think. Are you muted?
You're not muted, but we can't hear you.
I can't. No. So a guy
Technical
walks.
books.
Did your headphone jack get unplugged?
Hello. Yeah, I saw the icon that was slashed through with the headphones, and it's on now, but
Yeah, I tried the restart thing
Oh.
in every way I possibly could, but I fixed it.
hey,
My computer was like, you want to talk from your Yeti Nano that's not currently plugged into your computer, right? Right? And I was like, no, Discord. In no way, shape, or form do I want to do that. I appreciate you trying to help, but this is not, in fact, helping. Ronan's Torvald to Reggie and apologize for the last couple of hours. If Reggie will kindly take Torvald back to the Monster Hunters Guild and, say that we're gonna meet up with Archie there, so don't worry about it. We're gonna get you your boy back. Because they haven't been introduced yet, and that's rude.
Reginald is, of course, a horse. And Reginald is a very pleasant sort of horse. Has no idea what Ronan is saying, but knows that Ronan is a nice person. So, trusts Ronan. Ronan's good.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Ruby's been kind of sulking in the back, being quiet, and unlike her usual self.
Pockets is pretty quiet too.
Mariska's knitting. I don't know what
Muttering
you guys
monster.
expected of Mariska, but he's knitting.
Ronan rolled a 3. He does not notice anything. Maybe even at all, honestly.
We're on a road. That's it.
This is a horse. I am upon it. Go team.
Not a thought behind those eyes.
It might just be the Bonanza theme, honestly.
That's true.
Yeah. So I guess we make our way back to the guild.
Making
Yeah,
our
I
way
mean,
downtown.
You guys are already back at the guild.
Welcome.
So what do you want to do?
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
So, all right. So the horses are taken care of. They're in the stables.
We need to
The-
find a person to deal with this, right?
But Buttermilk
Yeah.
has taken the little gurney thing off of Short Stack and just drops it. Like the end that was master just drops it.
Called a litter.
A litter. Thank you. Takes the litter off and just gives Short Stack an apple.
Good boy.
I think Ruby
like-
will go up if. Oh, sorry.
She's just like standing next to the litter, like just kind of like, what are we doing?
Is there like a front desk or something at the guild that they can go to like check in or ask to see certain like roles of people? If that makes sense.
I think that's the bartender.
I mean, so base floor, you've got the bartender who can kind of just like answer general questions, give you drinks, give you like some general Q&A type of things. If you're looking for guild management, you go upstairs to the second floor. Phone?
Okay, so they want to go to the second floor.
That was weird. My phone connected to my computer
iPhone.
without me asking it to.
It's not funny. I'm laughing because that happened to me
I've
like
never
months
had it do
ago.
that before. What the hell was that about? Anyway.
Discord is
the
just
AI is
unilaterally
evolving.
making decisions for us right now.
AI is evolving.
Startling today. But
It's
yes.
AI. No.
So the second floor has the boss manager, Vindy DeBoss, up on the second floor where you can get like paid and stuff like that. He might be able to answer some like guild questions, but he's very much an NPC. So, what kind of information are you looking for, I guess?
I think we want to ask somebody, either a player here or a moderator, or ask to find a moderator if there's any, not laws, but any regulations in place for characters that are trying to break the game during a
Right.
dire situation, or
So the bartender
Rapid
and the
galleons.
guild leader are definitely both NPCs.
okay. Can Ruby roll to look around and see if she notices anybody with a special notebook? Or
Sure,
nah,
give
that's
me a
okay if
roll.
nah. Oh, I'm so excited. We're gonna use Ruby's dice today, baby! And
Let's go.
power. Okay, let's see. Oh no, that's a 5.
Yeah, you
Aw.
definitely. You're looking around, but you don't really see much in your guild, so not so much, unfortunately. I mean, there's a lot of people
Yeah.
here. There could be one, but you don't see anybody
Does-
in particular.
God damn.
Pockets is going to use their big cat voice and ask the room, is there a doctor in the house?
Just in general? Just asking the whole room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just asking the whole room. I'm just, is there a doctor in the house?
You get a lot of weird looks from the people around the room.
Listen, I just need a doctor. I'm sorry.
Ruby adds, "There's money involved," to hopefully encourage somebody to come forward.
You see a guy stand up in the middle, kind of do a sigh, and make his way over to you.
Not enthusiastic.
Very much a player, but definitely not enthusiastic.
Hi. I think I have no idea how much gold Pockets has anymore. It's probably like
I mean, you also have a quest that you guys
5
have
coins
finished
or
that you
something?
haven't fully cashed out on, so.
true.
Ruby's got 2 gold. It's just in her Valentino white bag with mimic goo in it. So it's not
Dirty
like
money.
Spicy dollars.
Okay. Are you communicating any of this to the NPC?
oh
Right, sorry.
uh,
Wait, I thought the doctor was a player.
Yes, but I am playing him. Are you communicating any of this to this character?
Right, sorry. So Pockets explains, our comrade was bitten by a mimic, apparently, and it's not healing. So do you have, like, we
have
don't
you
know
seen
if
this
it-
before? Is this
Maybe-
something you can heal?
I don't know. Let me take a look. And Torvald will lift his pant leg. And the guy goes, "It looks like poison. You look like you got poisoned, dude."
Ooh.
Torvald is like, "Oh, well, that explains why it wasn't healing, I guess." Yeah, I don't know how to fix poison. You'll have to find a better doctor than me. I just got here, beginning of the week. You guys are all players, so. I can mend, but you probably need specific medication for that kind of thing.
Well,
Darn.
thank you. I'm going to talk to our bartender. Excuse me.
Hell yeah.
I'm
To the bartender.
gonna give the doctor like 2 coins just for checking him out. It's like,
Okay.
thanks, we appreciate it.
Oh, well, thanks. I didn't really do anything, but I appreciate you appreciating it. And he'll peel off and go back to his party.
I am a very bad player, and I forgot the bartender's name.
I am a very bad DM and have also forgotten the bartender's name. Give me a second. Marlon. His name is Marlon.
Marlon. Okay. Excuse me, Mr. Marlon. Hello.
You want a drink?
Tempting. Would you happen to have a remedy for poison in your repertoire?
What kind of poison are we talking? Like alcohol poisoning or just like actual poison?
Like a bite mark. Yeah.
No, I'm not really I know a couple of doctor skills, but that's a little above my head, unfortunately.
Would we need to go more inward in the city?
Yeah, I mean, there's a
find
series
treatment
of
for that?
clinics that are in town. You could probably hit one of those, see if maybe they could help you. But I mean, the best I could do might be to relieve any discomfort.
Well, we do have a new recruit. He's limping pretty bad. Well, maybe not horrifically. I don't think it counts as being crippled, but he's not getting around very well.
Okay. How can I help you with that?
So they turn around and try to wave Torvald over.
Okay. Torvald will limp his way over. No.
This gentleman knows relieve, so maybe he can help you walk better, but we would have to go more into the city to find somebody who can help you with your leg.
Okay. I mean, whatever you guys think is best, I guess. So Marlon's like, sure, I can do that. It bends down and casts relieve on Torvald and his leg, relieving them of anxiety, pain, and discomfort for 1 hour.
Cool. Where is the nearest clinic from here?
I mean, they might have one in Silverthorn, but I wouldn't know for sure. You'd have to ask around. They get moved around pretty often, depending on what becomes available.
Okay. There's a healer's guild, right? They would be well known.
They're well known. I mean, they're further away. So you probably won't make it there in an hour, even on the train. But I mean, you could try to get there. Only difficulty with them is you've kind of got to like pique their interest, or they're not really going to help you.
Elitists. Well,
I mean, you could try. I mean, I don't know what he got bit by. It might be interesting enough that one of them could, but again, they're up in North Point, so to get to them, you got to do like 2 or 3 train changes, and it's a whole thing.
Rats. Do you have crutches?
No. I am a bartender.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I got a barrel.
Man,
Do you
I'm
want
sorry.
a barrel?
Hey, Torvald, do a barrel roll. No, I'm sorry. It's been a weird day.
All right, there's
Okay.
Starbucks.
Listen. Okay, new plan. We turn in what we can. We pay for a carriage or something, and we find you a clinic. How does that sound?
I mean, whatever you think is best. I'm I'm cool with whatever. My leg feels great now, so we could just take the train. Train's free.
Train is free. Boy, am I glad for trains. Right. Cash in, make the trip, find a clinic. Yeah. Okay. That. At least that's what Pockets wants to do.
Okay. What about
And
everybody
we'll
else?
toddle over back to the group to, relay that.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Torvald, did you want to join the Monster Hunters Guild? Like, you don't have to. You can keep rolling with us even if you don't. It's just a good way to get some income and gain
Torvald
some
is-
skills and stuff.
It looks interested, but it's kind of like hunching down a little bit. Like, is that something I can do? Like, does it cost money? Do I have to, like, arm wrestle a guy to get in or anything?
I mean, we just talked to a one-handed bear.
Oh, I could. I
And-
think I could talk
and
to a
Marlon
bear.
and like got some stuff stamped off in our books,
Oh, well, yeah.
right?
That's,
Am I misremembering?
I mean, this seems like a nice place. Are they cool here? Like,
Pretty cool.
I mean, it's where I met all these guys.
oh,
Buttermilk is still by Eileen. I don't know where we left Eileen, but Buttermilk is still standing by Eileen.
Eileen is very much still unconscious.
I like to think Buttermilk is just dragging Eileen through through the credit bar. Like, excuse me, come with her.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Yep.
Just
Love
like
it.
over to Marlon, back to the table. Now we're gonna go up the stairs to just the whole. It's bad.
And
it's chaos in my brain.
litter fun
Anyway.
that she walks up the stairs, by the way.
I mean, are you going upstairs? Because so far you guys are all
Yeah.
downstairs, as far as I've heard.
Okay. When we go upstairs.
Refresh my memory real quick. You joined the guild with Marlon, or you joined the guild with Vinny?
You can sign up with any of the officials, really. So Marlon is a completely acceptable option.
Okay. No, I was actually going to do it the other way because we have to go upstairs to get paid, so we might as well bring Torvald, introduce him to the Voss, and get the stamp of approval so that he can come, be in the guild.
Okay.
Yeah.
Torvald follows you up the stairs at your suggestion. Vinny
Thunk,
is
thunk,
sitting
thunk,
at his
thunk,
desk,
thunk,
going over some paperwork.
Hi, Vinny.
Oh, hey, how's it going? You guys have a quest to turn in?
Yeah,
Yes.
the one for the cave.
Oh yeah,
Thing?
the cave. How did that go?
Mimics.
Messy.
Oh, none of those things are good that you just said out loud.
And
Tell us about it.
not to be a tattletale, but this one tried to unleash mimics into the city, so we're not sure what to do with her.
Yeah, what do we do with evil masterminds?
Buttermilk drops the litter.
I mean, we're
Like,
mostly just here for hunting monsters, so I don't know what you do with people. That's not really.
Well, we intercepted a monstrous act. Still doesn't count. Okay, noted.
I mean, technically speaking, murder is frowned upon in Starlight City. What happens outside of Starlight City? Meh.
Ruby looks
Oh.
at Buttermilk as she drops Eileen and says, "Butternut squash, you're my favorite."
before you pay us, Mr. Vingster, this is Torvald. He helped us make sure all the mimics were dead and got himself bit in the process, but he wants to join the guild. So we figured we'd bring him up here and introduce him to you, and you guys could do the paperwork, handshake, whole nine, and
Oh, yeah,
then we could
come on over.
show him the rest of the ropes.
We'll get you signed up. How'd you hear about us? Well, I got bitten by the mimics, and these guys brought me back. Okay, well, it's nice to meet you. Come sign up over here. And Vinny will take him to the side. Vinny also passes you your payment of, I believe it was 300 gold, for checking out the cave and dealing with what was within, to split amongst your party.
That's 100 split 4 ways. That's 25 gold each.
Was it 300?
300.
Did you say 300 or 100?
300.
300.
Okay.
And actually, technically speaking, you have 6 people in your party, but you just don't have 2 of them tonight.
We have
Right.
7.
I'm sorry.
We have 7 people in our party
6.
because we have Mareska.
But we have Mariska.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about Mariska.
Poor Mariska.
I'm sorry. I should remember Mariska.
That's like 42 gold and change.
So 42 gold each.
What if we give the extra change to Archie for the horse?
Yes,
Nope.
absolutely.
I like that idea.
Donating to the cause.
Gotta get him his horse.
Ronan is going to split his share and offer 21 to Torvald.
Okay. Torvald comes back from signing up and seems a little bit, excited. Torvald was not expecting to join a guild or make friends or any of that today. He'd been hanging out with Eileen, who was this incredibly bossy, incredibly unpersonable person, and now he's excited. And he comes back and Ronan hands him gold, and he just looks like he wants to cry.
Buttermilk
buddy.
Buttermilk sees this happen and walks over and just hands him 10 gold and goes, sorry for shooting you in the arm, and then she kind of walks back over and walks away.
Ruby's gonna walk up to, is it Torvald?
Torvald, at Torvald. V is in
Okay,
Victor.
Torvald. Ruby's gonna walk up. Okay, Torvald, and walk up to them and just put her little feathered hand on his shoulder and say, other people's action towards you is not a reflection of you, it's them, babe. And then pats them on the forehead.
Torvald
Aw.
genuinely just starts blubbering a little bit. Just thank you guys so much. You're so nice. Help me fix
Oh,
my
buddy.
leg. I don't know. I just thought maybe that the people in this game were gonna be kind of shitty the whole time, and I guess I just got caught up with the wrong people.
Yeah, I think there's just all sorts of everybody in this game. We got lucky meeting each other so quick, but we're excited to have met you too. And we couldn't have gotten all the horses back or figured out what was going on with the mimics without you. So it's your share of the cut for the job.
He just seems incredibly touched and doesn't know what to do. But he's very grateful. You can tell from his behavior that he is happy crying.
Oh, bless
Ruby steps back a bit. She goes, yeah. And Eileen was a butthead. She does this bird head bobble as she says butthead.
I mean, we can
We
say
should.
bit, right?
Yeah, there's no filter. You can totally say that.
Yeah. Okay.
So we gotta figure out what to do with both of them, because Torvald needs a doctor and Eileen needs Jesus.
I don't even think Jesus can help her at this point. Buttermilk is being very sassy.
I mean, do you know any moderators we could reach out to? Maybe we just start picking them repeatedly until they answer?
I mean, yeah, I can try. Ronan pulls out his book and scribbles a note to his parasocial contact, who is a dev or a moderator or whatever, and just goes, "Hey, quick question. How do I get in touch with a mod about player ethics? Question mark? Other question mark. The first question mark refers to the ethics because he's not quite sure what he's asking."
Okay.
And he sends it to her.
You get a response back
Kind of
pretty
braces
quick
himself.
and goes, "Oh my god, babe, what's going on?"
Ronan kind of steals himself, and his handwriting is that I didn't learn how to write good in school because I wasn't paying a ton of attention, but then got yelled at because my handwriting was illegible, so I switched to big capitals and little capitals handwriting.
Okay.
Not a stage that I myself went through, but that's the thing that happened. So, like, those letters are real tight in the response.
Okay.
We found a player who wanted to set a bunch of mimics out in Starlight City and then made fun of us for how we were playing the game, and she's just bad.
A team player killer.
And my friends wanted to find a mod about PKing.
You get a response back. Ooh, yeah, that's not great. Where are you at right now?
Ronan absolutely grits his teeth and writes the Monster Hunters Guild.
And you get a response that says,
But we
"Oh
can
my
leave-
God, you're back!"
Yup. With like
Well,
3 U's. And then he realizes that seems really passive aggressive, so he puts like a smiley face on the end.
Well, you get a response after that, pretty quickly, not hesitating whatsoever, that kind of goes, "Well, I'll have somebody come over, but did you want to meet up?"
Sure, as long as you don't mind helping us find a doctor. One of my guildmates got bit and is hurting real bad.
Oh my god, yeah, I'll bring a doctor with me. And it's spelled OMG, in the response.
Very cool, see you soon, bye.
You get a kiss emoji and a bye.
Drinks? Who wants drinks? Let's get some drinks. Drinks sound great right now. Let's go downstairs and have some drinks. Drinks for everybody. Let's go. Drink time. Down the stairs. No eye contact with anyone. Just gone.
He picks up the litter and just like, all right.
Tunk.
Tunk, 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 down the stairs.
Ruby's gonna say, "Sorry, I lost my cool back there. I've just dealt with Eileen's in real life, and it really struck a chord. A chord. I can't make the pun. But a cod, yeah." And then she straightens up and continues marching down.
Mariska settles up next to Pockets and says, "Do you think Ronan was alright? He was acting strange."
Yeah, that messaging he did seemed pretty intense.
I mean, I haven't really tried to contact the moderators of the journal, but from all I understand, nobody's been able to reach anyone, right? So,
I
Drinks are good from across the bar.
maybe he actually knows one of them.
maybe.
I mean, this is a pretty high-end game. I mean, either you know somebody or you got lucky. I got lucky.
Yeah, that's one way to get into this game, I suppose.
But I'm just glad somebody was contacted finally after what, 3 days?
Well, I mean, it is a moderator issue. Maybe they are only responding to things that don't have to do with them not being able to log out thing.
I guess to minimize the panic. That would make sense.
Their job is not necessarily to answer questions about why they can't log out. If they're a moderator, they can't really do that, I suppose. But they would be here to moderate player behavior. So if players are interacting badly, I would think that would be their job, right? Keep an eye on things.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. I'm tired. And that's weird.
Ronan, don't drink that. Ronan, it is 11 a.m. Ronan, no.
Buttermilk and Ronan are shot for shot at this point.
I don't know if Ronan is 100% aware that Buttermilk is with him. Buttermilk might be drinking against the Ronan, but Ronan is just drinking.
1000%.
And like
he ordered a bottle and it's just
like he's just kind of trying really hard not to interact with anything other than in a superficial way. So like, you know, the Gaston kind of situation where like all the giggling girls in the corner tee hee hee, like he'll shoot them a like, you know, like a wink or a finger gun or whatever, like pose dramatically whenever the door opens so it can catch his hair. But he is not he's not really Ronan so good right now.
yeah, Buttermilk is just sitting there. She's not sure how to process, really. She's very angry about what happened, and she doesn't want to talk about it. Like, why she's angry.
Massively
Ruby's gonna
disappointed.
Very disappointed.
Ruby's gonna sit next to Buttermilk and go, "Hey, Grandma Flapjackie, what's on your mind?"
I don't like bullies.
Me neither. Does she remind you of somebody in your real life? She reminds me of a few girls in mine.
Several, sweetheart. Several.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I wasn't really too scared when we couldn't log out, because if we log out, then I have to go back to the real world, and I gotta go back to work, and I don't have friends there like I do here.
Aww.
And she said I wasn't a girly pop. I worked really hard to be a girly pop.
Oh,
She
sure,
does
don't-
like a little thing like this, like
like as you're talking, you just see like almost like the stoic, like angry face. She just melts because the anger is just now not, at least not on her face, and she's like, "Sugar, honestly, she's a see you next Tuesday. Don't
Is
let
she's not
what
even
she
serving.
said.
Ronan checks in
You're
enough to be like, no,
100.
there's no filter. You can actually say the word. There's no filter.
Listen here, Sugar Britches. I am fully aware that there's no filter if I say
He's got it
ass or bitch. But that word is just a little too uncomfortable for me to say outright. But I'll call her what it is. You call a spade a spade. She is one. And I don't want you, and that at this point she turns to Ruby, because I don't want you getting her thoughts in your head. You are girly pop. Live your life, sweet cheeks.
You can see Ruby.
Agreed.
She's touched, and she's like looking at her feathers, like how somebody would like look at her nails. And she goes, "You're right, Grandma Flapjackie." I already used that one, but I'm going to use it again because it's the same conversation. She goes, "It has kind of triggered something in me because I don't want to believe people are that mean. And then when they are, it just brings me back to when I was a little girl and I wasn't cool enough. It's like, why would you lie and pretend to be someone's friend when you don't actually want to eat lunch with them?" And she just like folds her arms, she just kind of pouts, but it's very childlike.
Sugar, the world is a cruel, cruel place, unfortunately. But if you're lucky, you find a small group of people, even if it means that group of people is online, you find a small group of people and you make that your tribe. You make that your safe space. And you just go on living and just ignore, I wouldn't say completely ignore the negativity. You can punch somebody in the face. Granted, that is assault and battery, but you can at least think about punching them in the face, maybe hitting them over the head with a frying pan. Just the thought, a lot of times, is just enough to get you through your day.
Ruby thinks about it and then looks up and pushes a salt shaker and says, "It's a salt," trying to like break the ice between her and Grandma Flapjackie. And then she says, "Thanks, Grandma Flapjackie," and she puts her head on her little crow head on her shoulder and says, "With you, I feel girly pop enough."
Oh, I'm glad, Sugar. She like
I think that would be when Pocket and Mariska are on the floor with them, right?
You're more than welcome to join our party.
Sure. Mariska will happily come knit on the floor with you guys. That's legit.
Hey, Ronan, what are you having?
Yes.
You could say he's just Ronin with it.
Rowing along.
So should we be heading for a doctor? Like, what's the plan here?
A doctor will be here momentarily.
Ronan, you are starting to
Oh.
sound drunk. Get on the floor, sit with us. Stop drinking.
Well, all right then.
He just kind of oozes off the stool, just bloop.
Mariska
just
Mariska
sits on the
is
floor,
gonna take
right
off
there.
his robe and put it over Ronan's shoulders, and Mariska takes off his hat and puts it on Ronan's head. Congratulations, you are now a wizard.
I can do magic. Pew pew! It didn't work.
I think all of you are probably laughing.
Oh,
I
100.
gotta start knitting. That's what makes it work.
Ronan, sweetheart, do you know how to knit?
I thought it not in it, yeah.
I
Oh, you
kind
do?
of knit one,
Aw.
purl two. Like unless you're doing the stockinette stitch, because if you don't put ribbing in your piece, it'll curl. But it doesn't matter if it's a stretchy piece that goes in a circle like stockings, which is why they named it the stockinette stitch.
Buttermilk is looking at you intently. She is locked into everything that you just said. Like you are giving a amazing TED talk.
Yeah. He kind of looks over and I think he catches a glimpse of Torvald's leg and goes, "There's somebody coming who we can talk to about her, who's bringing somebody who we can talk to about him. It'll be great."
Are you sure, Sugar? Because you look well, I don't have anything nice to say about how you look right now. Sugar, are you okay?
You look sloshed.
Marlon
Ruby
kind
Drinks!
of cranes
Yay,
his head over
drinks!
the bar where you guys are now sitting on the floor and says, "Hey, if you're done drinking, can you maybe like go sit on one of the sofas? Because you're taking up the bar stools."
Ronan just slowly looks up at him and goes, "I'm a wizard now."
Oh, you should try blink and get over to one of the couches. Using
Ronan
magic.
blinks real hard. Just like his
Marla,
whole face is like,
Buttermilk's
Marla-
gonna turn to Mariska and go, Can you help us get his behind over to a couch? I think
I
he
got
had
him.
a little one too many."
Yeah, Marlon definitely goes, "Yeah, he's had one too many. You're cut off until he's sober. Don't let him drink anymore."
Right on.
Okay, but what if it did?
Sugar, you know what? Why don't you try what's in this cup? And she like signals over to Marlo for like water.
Okay, Marlon will give you some water.
And just try this for me and see if you like it.
It is water. I like water. I'll drink this, sure.
Cool. Well, you
Oh, I'm supposed to cast a spell.
Ronan,
And he squishes up his face again.
Ronan, no, wait. Look at me. Ronan. And Mariska holds Ronan's face in his hands. If you want to learn how to blink, I can teach you how to blink, but you have to be sober, so you have to drink the water.
I can blink right now.
No, but the magic blink. Oh no, Ronan.
Stop.
Mariska, talking
Pockets
to him
is
is like
just
trying to get a
dying.
drunk sorority
You know what?
girl
He
to
sounded-
get inside the
He
house and
sounded
not take her
so
shoes and her
smart when
pants
he was
off.
talking about the knitting, and I thought maybe when he is drunk he's smarter. I was hopeful.
We both know that this man is a very weird savant. Right now, he is not smart. He is dumber than a box of rocks, and I honestly think he might drown himself in that cup of water. Why don't we get him to a couch?
That's what I'm trying
That
to
blink
do.
didn't
Wait,
work.
I
I'm gonna
have
try
an
it again.
idea. Hey, Ronan.
Ronan
Last
needs
one.
to breathe.
Wait, let's try this. Hey, Ronan. Last one to the couch pays for nachos.
I love nachos. Do you want nachos? I will totally buy you nachos. Can we get some nachos?
Oh no, this is not what I. Oh
think,
God.
For like
I'm not-
everybody.
I think we're gonna call the session there. And pick this up when we come back in 2 weeks. Which may be on a Thursday. We're still playing around with times. One of our players is in the middle of performing and doing a not performing, but doing rehearsals for a play that they have been cast in. So we're gonna switch to Thursday next week for Digitized Heroes. And hopefully, after a couple of weeks we can come back, but I don't know what the overall schedule will be at that point, so we'll keep you updated with the events on our Discord, so please come join us on the Discord if you'd like to see. Alright,
Yeah.
everybody have a good night, and take care.
Good night, everybody. Mwah!
Good night.
Bye.